Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Offer ends August 31st, 2023. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits.
This is Network News for Thursday, July 20, 2023. Headlines. The International Monetary Fund predicts economic growth of 3.9% for Grenada in 2023. 5 Grenadian students receive prestigious Good Neighbor scholarships in the U.S. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell makes appeal against children being placed at the Grand Bacolet Juvenile Rehabilitation and Treatment Center for minor mistakes. Also in the broadcast, regionally, shooting incident in St. Vincent leaves 5 dead. Internationally, economists point to extreme heat wave in Europe and Asia as having an effect on inflation. Plus in the sports news, Shelley and Fraser Price clocks 10.82 seconds to win first 100 meters of season. And the 2026 Commonwealth Games in jeopardy after host pulls out over cost concerns. We are reporting the day's news. We'll be right back.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening, I'm Kenroy Baptiste. The International Monetary Fund is predicting economic growth of 3.9% for Grenada in 2023. Christina John reports.
On Wednesday, the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, released its latest assessment of Grenada's recent economic performance. The report states that the Grenadian economy grew strongly in 2022 by 6.4% and is on track to expand further in 2023 by 3.9%, surpassing initial projections for both years. It notes that global inflationary pressures were lessened by the government's swift policy response, including subsidizing basic food and fuel prices. The IMF indicated that public finances remain strong and the public debt is back on a downward path and is assessed to be sustainable. The financial sector is stable, liquid, and resilient to shocks amid tightening global financial conditions. The IMF's evaluation also highlights key recommendations to strengthen and build resilience of the Grenadian economy, including improving competitiveness in tourism, agriculture, and other sectors, better targeting of social assistance programs, increasing the efficiency of both tax and public spending, and reforming the national insurance and and public sector pension schemes. Minister for Finance Dennis Cornwall noted that the solid economic performance and outlook of the Grenadian economy is a testament to the sound policies implemented by this government, including the payment of retroactive public sector pensions, measures to reduce the impact of food and fuel prices on the population, and measures to improve the implementation rate of key projects. The publication of the report follows approval by the IMF's Executive Board on the 17th July 2023. The previous assessment was conducted in May of 2022. The IMF report highlights Grenada's achievement in navigating the recent crisis, fostering robust economic growth, implementing prudent fiscal policies, and undertaking comprehensive structural reforms, underscoring government's prudent economic management in the past year. Grenada is on a 12-month review cycle. The next assessment will take place around May 2024. Christelina John, GBN News.
All 5 Grenadian students pursuing higher education at Midwestern State University in Texas in the United States have secured the prestigious Good Neighbor Scholarship. They are Jesse Green, Nabusha Sutherland, Aileen Church, Ethan Bailey, and Sajetsky McBurney. International Recruitment and Retention Specialist in the Office of Global Education, Camila Tobin Blair, said Midwestern State University, Texas receives students predominantly from OECS countries every year. This year, 9 countries represent Midwestern State University, Texas in the program. She said it is remarkable that 5 students from Grenada were recipients of scholarships out of the 10 allotted spots in the entire state of Texas. Midwestern State University will be the home of 25 Good Neighbor Scholarship recipients for the 2023-2024 academic year. We can tell you, too, the Good Neighbor Scholarship is a tuition assistance program for students from nations in the Western Hemisphere. It encourages students to pursue and complete their higher education in the state of Texas. Other news, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell is urging parents not to use the Grand Bacolet Juvenile Rehabilitation and Treatment Center as a first option to correct their children's misbehaviors. More details in this report.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell is appealing to parents and guardians to not allow the Grand Bacolet Juvenile Rehabilitation and Treatment Center to become a place where children are dumped for minor mistakes, which can be corrected within the home. The Prime Minister said there's a certain stigma that is associated with having been admitted to the juvenile center. With that in mind, he believes it is critical to minimize the number of young boys and girls entering the facility.
What struck me is the age at which the young men in particular are at the stage. We're talking young men as young as 11, 8 and 9. And when you speak with them, in many instances they should not be at the center, because you have instances where they may engage in what is normal boyhood behavioral challenges, disobeying a parental instruction, eating a loaf of bread when it's your sister's bread and it's not yours. And oftentimes our parents call on the authorities to then take their sons away, and it's parenting issues. So to a large extent, we need to ensure that we do not stigmatize young men simply because they may be robust in their response, or like any young man growing up, they may not obey commands given by their parents or by an elder sibling and criminalize them.
Prime Minister Mitchell said the facility must be treated as a center where youth who have breached the law can be rehabilitated, then reintegrated into society through a comprehensive program. It is not a prison, he stated.
But secondly, I think it is critical that while they are there, we do not treat it as a prison. And to be honest, the minister knows, I think the management knows, that is one of the things that we must change. Because the past approach has been to treat it as if it's a prison, and to treat the young men and women as if they're in prison. right? And the focus has to be on rehabilitation, and not treating them as criminals and treating them as prisoners. So basic amenities, their beds, they don't even have closets. They have lockers. And when you look at the state of the lockers, you couldn't even put canned goods in the lockers, and they're expected to put their clothing there.
Following a visit to the center, the Prime Minister said time must be spent with the youth with the intention to understand their behavior before punishment is meted out to them.
The visit lasted much longer than anticipated, because oftentimes that's all a young person wants. They want the opportunity to be engaged, for someone to speak with them, to hear their version of things, to hear how they perceive or see the world. And we have to do a lot more of that, so that persons do not feel the first time you make a mistake or the first time you say something you should not have said, or you speak in a manner you should not have spoken, or you behave in a manner you should not have behaved, that you end up in a situation where you're confined and treated as if you are beyond redemption.
Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Now, the Royal Grenada Police Force is warning against the excessive use of what it considers legal drugs during the festive season. Corporal Sherwin Noel, attached to the Community Relations Department, said the RGPF has noticed an increase in the abuse of pharmaceuticals, such as cough medicine, as a means of getting high.
It is carnival season, and too often we are seeing this hike or this spike in the number of accidents and incidences arising over the use of drugs. And when we say drugs, as I mentioned before, we want to highlight, yes, illegal drugs, narcotics, and so on, but we also want to focus on persons abusing things that might be legal, but they can alter or interfere with your judgment and so on. So we're speaking here about the persons who use the cough syrup and so on, while they're on work.
Corporal Noel said people have integrated the use of alcohol and other drugs into their daily activities, forgetting its illegality in many circumstances.
And what tends to happen is initially you may feel that you have it under control because you're on work. You may say, okay, let me go to the bar this morning and drink one beer, and then you suck a mint and you return, hoping that nobody wouldn't detect that you run off to consume some alcohol. But then it becomes a habit whereby you think that you can always do it, and you start consuming more and more, and becomes a part of you. And then eventually what would happen is that you become comfortable using so much that you use it and you drive, you use it, you go to the functions, and you get indulged in misconduct and bad behavior, and that results in you becoming a statistic on what we see becoming in conflict with the law and so on.
This is Network News. We're live from the Grenadian capital. Still to come from us. The opposition, New National Party, calls for collaboration to fight increase in crime. We'll be right back.
That's going around the globe, so not just for carnival. Watch mass and watch Bacchanal, so gone international. That's going around the globe.
Grenada, the time has come for you to show your son Talbreed the love and respect for his contribution over the years. This is Pre-Day.
I am the jump off, certain things I end off. If I say to rent the place, then I will pay the damn cost.
Talbreed turns 50, a celebration of life, the black and the gold edition. Wednesday, August 9th, the National Stadium, supported by Voice and the Top 5 Band. Lyrical. Ola Tunji. Mama Nappy. Fight King Ding Dong. Problem Child.
Watch that crazy people jumping up in the
And a special guest appearance from two of the biggest soca superstars coming for Pre-Day. And all the Grenada superstars. Celebrity guest host, West Indies cricketer Dwayne Bravo. Get your $100 regular tickets or VIP $600 tickets now or pay more later. Gates open at 10 p.m. Showtime 11. Grenada. This is Pre-Day.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible. I can pack my sack. I can take the long road, 'cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise, together there's no limit to what we can do. Arise, with no wings, fly. Arise, and we're so high, enjoy the view.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
My name is Alimaka Motley. I've been here doing nails since 2017. Me being self-employed, I have realized that paying the NIS benefits me now and even when I retire. By the time I'm 65, I will be receiving contributions back from NIS. So I benefit because I'm self-employed. Anything can happen. If anything happens to you while you're at work, you've got a bad cold, you have the COVID, you have dengue, we have all these diseases that's plaguing us at the moment. NIS will be giving you back some form of money when you're ill. So I would encourage all small business persons to sign up with NIS now.
Clear your calendars, Grenada. The biggest white is back Sunday, August 13. A night like no other. And the best part, no work the next day.
Don't tell me about work in the morning, unless we're talking hard work, wine and jam.
Guess the band is ready to set the night on fire with another unforgettable performance. Joining guests, we have Skinny Fabulous. And for the first time in Grenada, Adam O. Prepare for a night of non-stop energy and mass. We're taking you straight into Juve, literally. We've got more surprises with our star-studded cast, including Mr. Killer and your favorite local headliners. Tickets are now $100 and are available from Go to Fet and Sunshine Promotion box offices island-wide. For the ultimate experience, VIP tickets are $500. This is the biggest white. Get your tickets now. The biggest white, where legends are made, memories are created, and the spirit of Grenada comes alive.
Boy, anything you can do, show me the maddest thing you can do.
Are you ready to make history? Get your tickets now.
Parents, do you go to bed with the knowledge that your children are comfortably asleep in the next room? Or are they allowed to attend every FET advertised? You are responsible for the safety and well-being of your children, and it is your responsibility to know their whereabouts. Children should not be at adult events. Please guide your children, engage them in age-appropriate activities. Let us be spicy parents for this carnival season and beyond. S. Speak to your children about positive behavior. P. Pay attention to them at all times. I. Inspire good behavior in your children by also displaying good behavior. C. Check with your children. Always know their whereabouts. Y. You are responsible for your children. Maintain control to keep them safe. This is a message from the National Parenting Program, Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Carriacou is the place to be, August 4th to the 7th, for the 50th year of the Carriacou Regatta Festival. The Carriacou Regatta Festival, which is the longest sailing event in the region, is celebrated under the theme, Timeless Culture on the Sea. Come join us for 4 days of exciting and competitive boat racing from Friday to Monday. Fun games, day and night parties, road marathon, Miss Teen Regatta, night boat cruises, the Foreign Artist Show, donkey race, and greasy pole are some of the activities to look forward to. For more info, contact the Regatta Jooper on 473-443-7930. The Carriacou Regatta Festival 2023, August 4th to the 7th. Sail by day, party by night. Carriacou welcomes you.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and regional cricket tournaments. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Rebecca Television Center, the new national party is calling for a comprehensive review of security measures and protocols to ensure their effectiveness amid the escalating crime rate in the country. This is among the actions being proposed by the main opposition party, which is calling for a united front to address the issue of crime. Nisha Paul tells us more.
The new National Party has added its voice to the call for a collaborative approach to addressing the festering issue of crime in the country. The party, which expressed deep concern with the recent surge in murders, suicides, and illegal gun-related activities, said immediate action against crime is imperative, especially as we approach the carnival season and the anticipated large crowds at events and increased alcohol consumption. In a recent news release, political leader and former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell said, and I quote, "We at the NNP acknowledge an urgent need for comprehensive measures to address these issues and restore the peace and security to our society, of which we are all accustomed. NNP firmly believes that a collaborative approach engaging various stakeholders is crucial in effectively combating the crime situation and ensuring the safety of our citizens and visitors." End quote. The main opposition party believes that crime often stems from underlying social issues and the lack of proper mental health support, and is suggesting increased psychosocial assistance programs to address the needs of individuals at risk of engaging in criminal activities. It says that by lifting people out of poverty and addressing social inequalities, we can create an environment where crime is less likely to thrive. The NNP continues to advocate for the reinstatement of the $150 removed from participants in the SEED program, especially considering the sharp inflation currently being experienced. The release said, and I quote, "Addressing crime requires addressing the socio-economic disparities. The NNP proposes focusing on vulnerable families and communities by providing them with necessary resources, opportunities, and support systems." End quote. To date, there have been 14 homicides and 6 suicides recorded in Grenada. As police officers crack down on gun-related crimes, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell disclosed on Monday that 31 illegal firearms have been intercepted by members of the Royal Grenada Police Force so far for this year. He addressed the issue of violent crimes in the country at a press conference in St. George's on Monday.
And so it's absolutely critical that when we look at these situations, that we ensure that we take a preventative approach to the loss of life rather than a reactionary approach. And certainly we accept the Royal Grenada Police Force, which has the responsibility for law and order in our society, will have to do more. Therefore, that beefing up our screening and our security at our ports of entry, particularly at the seaport, is going to be critical. And so the Grenada Ports Authority is taking steps to be able to get the necessary screening that can allow for the screening of barrels and so on, so that we can detect attempts at introducing illegal firearms into our communities.
The RGPF has been advocating for a community approach to addressing crime in the country. Statistics previously disclosed shows a reduction in crimes at the end of May, 2 months after recording an 8.4% increase at the end of March this year. Statistics previously disclosed shows a reduction in crimes at the end of May, 2 months after recording an 8.4% increase at the end of March this year. There has been a 1.4% increase in harm offenses and a 6.6% increase in assault offenses. The data shows that property-related offenses increased by 21% at the end of March compared to 2022 figures, however, reduced to 17% at the end of May. There has also been a 46% reduction in sex crimes compared to the same period last year. The main opposition New National Party calls for religious leaders to speak out against violence and negative behaviors, offer spiritual guidance, and actively engage their congregations and the nation on a whole to promote peaceful coexistence. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
All right. ahead. So the Associate Vice President of the Center for Global Studies at Western Illinois State University and a small team will be in Carriacou on July 21 to give young people on the Sister Islands an opportunity to gain information about colleges and universities in Canada and the United States. Young people on the mainland had a similar opportunity a few weeks ago. Sarana Mitchell from the Government Information Service reports.
In keeping with the ministry's thrust to have at least one university graduate in each household in the country, the Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports and Culture, in collaboration with Associate Vice President of the Center for Global Studies at Western Illinois State University, Dr. Randy Glean, will on Friday 21st July pay a visit to Carriacou to share information about universities in America and Canada. The team will be at the Resource Center in Carriacou from 12 noon until 2 in the afternoon. On June 9th, several young people flocked to the Grenada Trade Center to gain information from representatives from Western Illinois State University, Southeast Missouri State, Northwest Missouri State University, State University of New York Brockport, University of Guelph, Ontario, Canada, and St. George's University. Some of the attendees shared their thoughts about the initiative with us.
You know, us being in Grenada, we aren't really given any incentive to go out into the world or anything. So just the fact that people are coming from all over, such as Canada, North America, to come and encourage us to look into this stuff and basically mobilize us, I think it's a good thing.
This was supposed to help us figure out more about what we want to do and create more opportunities for us, and I think that's such a great thing, especially amongst each of us, because we come from a school in the countryside, especially, so yeah.
The name of your school and where are you from?
I am from St. Patrick's, and my school is Grenada Seventh-day Adventist Comprehensive School.
I think it's a great opportunity because it gives students the ability to, see options that they can choose to venture out into their studies and such. So yeah, it's really a good opportunity for students.
Personally, I think it's a great opportunity because there are people that may not see it fit financially that can do this or that can go to a school that they want to go to. So I find it's great that the schools are coming here and getting us involved, even seeing that it's not within the Caribbean, seeing that it's bigger countries. I find it's a great thing that they are doing for us.
I saw you speaking with the NIS team. Could you share with us what that conversation went like?
Well, they basically shared with me opportunities to financial assistance, to provide myself financial assistance in order for me to complete my master's degree. So that is basically what I spoke to them about.
Young people are encouraged to come out for the information session at the Resource Center in Carriacou on July 21st. Sarana Mitchell reporting.
Inter-Caribbean Airways has issued a statement warning of further delays in service delivery as a result of what it says are unforeseen temporary staffing issues. Here's the report.
The statement reads, and I quote, "Over the past week, Inter-Caribbean Airways has experienced a number of interruptions that have caused frustration and inconvenience for passengers across the network. Due to unforeseen temporary staffing issues, it will likely take a few additional days for schedules to return to normal. Conscious that punctuality is a key component in air travel, we are making every effort to mitigate future disruptions. We regret that communication lapses exacerbated the negative experience for our valued passengers," unquote. Lydon Gardner, founder and chairman of Inter-Caribbean Airways, also noted that, and I quote, "While flight disruptions are not unusual with any airlines, we take responsibility for the situation and are working to improve customer service and communication." He said during these difficult times, and he requests our passengers show understanding and patience towards our frontline ambassadors who are working tirelessly to assist you. Our team is doing everything possible to meet your needs and ensure your safety and comfort during your journey. Unquote. In June this year, Inter-Caribbean added 7 ATR-42 to their fleet. These new large aircrafts are beginning to transition into service over the coming weeks and months. Additionally, the statement says the company is implementing a robust back-end communication system to enhance passenger notifications and proactively inform travelers when their flights are delayed or cancelled. The airline notes their continued efforts to rectify the situation, encouraging passengers to stay updated on their flight status through their website and customer service channels. Inter-Caribbean operates flights between several Caribbean islands, including Antigua and Barbuda, the Bahamas, the British Virgin Islands, Cuba, Dominica, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, St. Lucia, Barbados, and Grenada. Inter-Caribbean Airways Limited is a regional airline based in the Turks and Caicos Islands, a British overseas territory. Christelina John, GBN News.
This evening's I Saw submission challenges your imagination. Let's take a peek into the GBN I Saw lens.
Our citizen journalist tonight is leaving it up to the viewers to decipher these photos. They submitted these photographs and a video, asking members of the public to share their interpretations of what formations they see in the clouds. You can share your comments via our Facebook page or send them via WhatsApp or our other social media platforms when you share your photo and video submissions. Our ISO number is 405-3052.
My director is saying to me we have to take a break, but here's what's still to come in the broadcast. Corp Bank announces the successful transfer of CIBC First Caribbean Business in Grenada. Back in a moment.
We've been working to improve our services at the NIS, and we'd like to share some of the improvements with you. We understand that the cost of basic goods is rising globally. To address this, we are pleased to announce a 25% increase in the weekly minimum pension payment from $46.40 to $58. We have also adjusted our minimum survivor's benefit payment to a percentage of the age pension minimum. Widows, widowers, and dependent parents will now receive 100% of the minimum rate or $58 weekly, while children will receive 50% or $29 weekly of the deceased pension. We believe this change was necessary to ensure that our survivors receive the support they need. If you have any questions on how this impacts you and your family, please contact our informational hotline at 440-6647 or visit www.nisgrenada.org. Thank you for allowing us to be your Social Security provider.
Traditional Mass, the foundation of our carnival. It's where it all started. So on Saturday, July 29th, over 10 traditional mass bands will showcase our rich and deeply diverse traditional mass. Let's go to Hero Square, Victoria in St. Mark from 3 p.m. Come see the Short Knee, Maypole, Wild Indians, Mocha Jumbies, and Vaco as they parade the streets. Capture the experience, the color, the sights and sounds of what's truly ours. With free admission for the entire family. Log on to www.spicemassgrenada.com for everything carnival. Traditional Mass Festival, Saturday, July 29th, Hero Square, Victoria.
4th edition of Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year promotion. Cuatro Punto Cero. It's unbelievably amazing. You can win free fuel, free drinks, cash prizes, free property and vehicular insurance, free cable, TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free passes to Sunshine Promotion events for 2023, free groceries, all for 1 whole year. And every winner receives a lunch package. Be sure to fill out the entry forms and enter it into the marked entry boxes at all Hubbard's departments and at participating outlets. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2023. Draws will be held every 2 weeks. Terms and conditions apply.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Attention all parents and kids, get ready for an epic day of fun and excitement at the highly anticipated POW Kids Fest. On July 22nd at 1 p.m. at the Moon Rouge playing field, we have an incredible lineup of activities, mini vehicles, bouncy castles, and more. Watch their faces light up as they bounce, slide, and play to their heart's content. But that's not all. There will be a live concert and free giveaways, including Amazon Fire Sticks and a flat screen TV. That's right, eats and drinks on sale. This incredible event is absolutely free. That's right, folks, admission is on us. Bring your family, bring your friends, and join us for an unforgettable day of laughter, smiles, and cherished moments. See you there. This ad is sponsored by 92.5 FM, Modern Photo Studios, Maitland's Trucking Services, Nixon's Electrical, Boss FM, GBN, and Wagedy Rental and Sound.
And so it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more. With Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium.
Hello again. Grenada Cooperative Bank announced the successful transfer of assets and liabilities of CIBC First Caribbean Grenada branch. Customers are now able to access Corp Bank's full suite of financial solutions through its retail banking units, Connex ATMs, and e-banking online platform. The bank said an acquisition of this magnitude marks a significant milestone in the institution's 90-year history. It involved the migration of over 13,000 customers, loans valued at $154 million, and deposits totaling $398.6 million. All right, this story to report. The final of the mental arithmetic quiz ended with the championship title going to the Bel Air Government School. Christina John is going to tell us about that.
Bel Air Government School, who represented District 2, is the winner of the Ministry of Education's Mental Arithmetic Quiz 2023. The winning district scored 189 points, followed in second place by St. Mary's Junior School, representing District 5, with 164 points. District 3's 2022 winner, the St. Andrews Methodist School, placed third with 154 points. The final of the Mental Arithmetic Quiz competition was sponsored by Hoda Education and was held at the St. Andrews Methodist School in Grenville. Students' aptitude were put to the test in many areas of mathematics, using their mental ability as a team under time constraints. The quiz comprised 4 rounds, namely the General Mental Arithmetic, Power, Bonus, and Jeopardy rounds. 6 teams represented the various districts, which emerged as overall champions from the preliminary rounds. They were as follows: District 1, Our Lady of the Rosary School; District 2, Bel Air Government; District 3, St. Andrews Methodist School; District 4, St. Theresa's RC School; District 5, St. Mary's Junior School; and District 6, Kenroy Government School. Lydon Richardson, Mathematics Curriculum Officer at the Ministry of Education, is pleased with the performance of the students regarding the skills and speed with which they answered challenging questions and the low error count on the part of some.
Mental arithmetic, what we advise schools to, that teachers to teach mental arithmetic, not just do mental arithmetic, but teach your strategies. So as you teach, as children do mental arithmetic, you get them to use the different strategies, because there are a number of strategies that can be used in mental arithmetic that will help students to break numbers in nice chunks to get them to be able to add or to subtract or to multiply or to divide, which are the basic things that in mathematics. Arithmetic is a skill that children are supposed to practice, and as we can see, the team that came first is a team that actually practiced.
The Mental Arithmetic Quiz is held annually, promoting the use of mental arithmetic while working towards the goal of realizing improved outcomes in the field of mathematics. Christina John, GBN News.
Sports news coming up next. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price clocks 10.82 seconds to win first 100 meters of season, and the 2026 Commonwealth Games in jeopardy after host pulls out over cost concerns. Stay with us.
Get Rubigas. Get cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas? Get Rubis, get going.
Parents, do you go to bed with the knowledge that your children are comfortably asleep in the next room? Or are they allowed to attend every fete advertised? You are responsible for the safety and well-being of your children, and it is your responsibility to know their whereabouts. Children should not be at adult events. Please guide your children, engage them in age-appropriate activities. Let us be spicy parents for this carnival season and beyond. S. Speak to your children about positive behavior. P. Pay attention to them at all times. I. Inspire good behavior in your children by also displaying good behavior. C. Check with your children. Always know their whereabouts. Y. You are responsible for your children. Maintain control to keep them safe. This is a message from the National Parenting Program, Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and regional cricket tournaments. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
Sporting fans, good evening. World champion Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce opened her 100-meter season with an easy-looking 10.82 seconds to break the meet record in Switzerland. a World Athletics Continental Tour silver event on Thursday. Despite not getting her usual bullet start, Fraser Price took charge of the race midway and ran away to beat the 10.91 second meet record set in 2002. Natasha Morrison was fifth in 11.18 seconds, while Brianna Williams finished in 11.35 seconds. Earlier, Julian Ford ran a season's best 9.99 seconds to win the men's 100 meters, beating national champion Rohan Watson, who finished strong with 10.03 seconds, while Michael Campbell ran 10.21 seconds. American 200-meter national champion Gabby Thomas has credited her Jamaican roots for her speed. Talk about that one. At a press conference ahead of the Monaco leg of the Wonder Diamond League, Thomas, whose father is Jamaican, made the remark while expressing that she was grateful for the support she gets from Jamaicans. The sprinter recorded a world-leading 21.60 seconds on her way to winning the 200 meters at the U.S. trials, and now has her sights set on bringing that strong form to the upcoming World Championships in Budapest, noting that she's looking forward to doing her best and making her family proud. Finally, in the sports news, the 2026 Commonwealth Games are in doubt after the Australian state of Victoria cancelled its plans to host due to budget blowouts. This is what we know. The Commonwealth Games Federation struggled to find a host before Victoria volunteered in April 2022, but the Premier said the projected cost had now tripled and become well and truly too much for the state to bear. We can tell you too, the Commonwealth Games Federation called the decision hugely disappointed and said it is committed to finding a solution. The Commonwealth Games are a multi-sport tournament that take place every 4 years. They have only ever been cancelled during World War II. Organisers had originally estimated the event would cost 2.6 billion Australian dollars, and the state government had billed it as a boost for the regions. But now the 12-day tournament was expected to cost more than 6 billion Australian dollars. That's the sports news for now. Time to bring you up to speed with Around the Globe. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force responded to a report of a mass shooting in the Harbour Club area of Kingston about 8 p.m. on Thursday. Investigations revealed that 5 people were fatally wounded. The police processed the scene and are carrying out further investigations into the shooting and other offences. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has expressed condolences to the relatives and friends of the deceased in Thursday's shooting and the victims of homicides in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The public is reassured that despite the regrettable spate of violence in the country that the country is currently experiencing, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is still a safe place. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, who is currently out of state, has commented on last night's shooting in the capital.
Yes. Down where? Down the block, if you see.
Dear fellow Vincentians, it is with a heavy heart that I speak to you and with you this morning from Morocco, where I'm on an official visit. I arrived last night in Morocco, and as I arrived, I heard of the terrible tragedy where 5 persons lost their lives in a shooting spree in Kingstown. I immediately got in touch with the Commissioner of Police, the Acting Prime Minister Montgomery Daniel, and also Camilo. The first thing I want to do, of course, is to indicate to our people that we must be calm. We must not panic. We have to be resolute in fighting the criminals. There are ramped up measures which are being taken as I speak to you. And for tactical and operational reasons, I can't say what all those measures are. But I want to appeal to the people of St. Vincent and Grenadines, people in the communities, to assist the police with any information you may have. The police are on high alert, so too the border control officials, customs, immigration. We have certain leads, I've been advised by the police, and over the next few days we would be able to get a better handle as to who and what are responsible for these killings.
Further afield, the extreme summer temperatures in Europe and Asia are affecting people's ability to do their jobs, as well as causing discomfort and a danger to health, even life. Economists are increasingly pointing to evidence that it is also having an effect on inflation as crops fail, wine grapes shrivel, and vegetables dry. And it's got a name: climateflation. What is it, and what is the evidence for it? More in this report.
A brutally hot summer for the planet, and hot prices too. Is there a link? Some grocery data today suggests UK food price inflation is starting to abate. Yet there are warnings that the painful spike in food prices we've seen over the past year has been partially driven by global warming.
Some have termed it climateflation. It's an argument that global warming is already contributing to our cost of living pressures. What's the evidence for it?
A big driver in the spike of global food prices last year was manifestly the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which curtailed exports of grain and fertilizer from the country, which is responsible for a large chunk of global supplies of both. But the summer 2022 heatwave also led to drought across the continent and damaged crop yields, and this also likely had an upward impact on food prices. Researchers at the European Central Bank recently analysed the impact of the European heatwave on prices, carefully isolating its effect from the Ukraine invasion.
This shows their estimate of the impact of the heatwave on European food inflation in 2022, around 0.7 percentage points. That's out of food inflation that hit 20%. And they estimate that by 2035, in a high carbon emission scenario, the contribution of such a summer to inflation would be higher. And in 2060, without emissions reductions, it would be higher still, possibly adding more than 2 percentage points to food inflation.
We'll remind you of the headlines after this. This is the Grenada Broadcasting Network. A reminder of the headlines before we leave you. The International Monetary Fund predicts economic growth of 3.9% for Grenada in 2023. 5 Grenadian students received prestigious Good Neighbor scholarships in the United States. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell makes appeal against children being placed at the Grand Bacolet Juvenile Rehabilitation and Treatment Center for minor mistakes. Also in the broadcast, regionally, shooting incident in St. Vincent leaves 5 dead. Internationally, economists pointing to extreme heat wave in Europe and Asia as having an effect on inflation. Plus in the sports news, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price clocks 10.82 seconds to win first 100 meters of season, and the 2026 Commonwealth Games in jeopardy after host pulls out over cost concerns. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, or on GBN, Grenada Broadcasting Network Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. That's all from us in the newsroom for now. Good night.
Get ready to catch all the action.